To a small blender, add 185 grams of cottage cheese and 185 grams of egg whites, freshly separated or store-bought pasteurized whites from a carton. Blend until smooth. Pour the mixture into a mixing bowl. Add 150 grams of active starter and 30 grams of a neutral oil. Last, add 325 grams of bread flour and 10 grams of salt. Mix well. Cover and rest for 30 minutes before beginning the strengthening process. This dough needs a little extra hand and building proper dough strength, so we will use a combination of kneading and stretch and folds to work the dough. Begin by kneading the dough for 2 to 3 minutes. I do this by pulling the dough up and slapping it into the center, then rotating the bowl and repeating this motion until time is up. Any kind of movement of the dough will suffice. Notice the difference in the dough in this short amount of time. This is what we want. Do a second round of kneading 30 minutes later. By the end of this round, the dough should be fully extensible and ready for stretch and folds. This dough is extra sticky due to the combination of ingredients, but try not to add water or flour. Lightly wet your hands before beginning and wash them appropriately after. Scrape all of the dough from the edges of the bowl to the center. To stretch and fold the dough, pull the dough up as far as it will go without tearing, and then fold it completely over to the other side. Perform at least one fold in each cardinal direction before covering the dough and allowing it to rest once more. For this round, the dough was very stretchy, and I did 8 folds, though 4 to 6 would suffice. You'll know you're done folding when the dough balls up in the center and does not stretch easily anymore. For the second and third round of stretch and folds, your dough will be stronger and only 4 folds will be necessary. The third round of stretch and folds is optional. If your dough was feeling very strong and not at all stretchy during the second round of folds, you can skip this round and proceed with shaping. Because shaping is happening so early in the fermentation process, the dough will still be very sticky. For this reason, I use a heavy dusting of flour to make things manageable. Any flour that gets onto the dough at this time will have plenty of time to absorb into the dough and ferment. To shape the dough, turn it out onto your well-floured surface. Any of your favorite sandwich bread shaping techniques will work here. I simply stretch the dough out into a rectangle, fold it into thirds, roll it up, and pinch the seams. Transfer the dough to a greased 9 by 5 inch loaf pan. Spray the top with oil so that the covering does not stick to the dough. Cover and let the dough rest until it completely fills up the loaf pan and is level with or slightly above the edge, 8 to 12 hours. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius, and boil some water in a tea kettle or over the stovetop. Remove the covering from the loaf and brush all over with 1 egg yolk. Don't be afraid to push down and deflate the dough a little or to pop any large air bubbles you see. I did not do this and ended up with a few large air bubbles near the top of my loaf. Pour the water into an oven-safe, water-safe pan. Bake your bread for 45 to 50 minutes next to the pan of boiling water. The internal temperature should register 190 degrees Fahrenheit when it is finished. And that's it. High-protein cottage cheese sourdough sandwich bread. You can see those darn bubbles that I did not pop or deflate. Oops. Hope you enjoy this recipe. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.